This from earlier on, the Nuggets getting off the team bus and showing their fashion sense. Gotta make a grand entrance when you're on the road. And the game arrival sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. Clouds passing high over the 10th Avenue Bridge and the Mississippi River here in Minneapolis. A gorgeous scene. Welcome to the NBA here on 2K Sports, a special Martin Luther King Day edition. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Towns.
He stepped up his game on the glass big time this month. His numbers are outstanding, but even if the numbers weren't there, his activity in the paint has been incredible. His hard work is paying off, and they want more of the same from that young man.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Nuggets coach Mike Malone is the son of longtime NBA assistant coach Brendan Malone, who was on the staff with the late Chuck Daly in Detroit when the Pistons won back-to-back NBA titles. Malone's dad told him not to get into coaching with its nomadic lifestyle and volatility. Michael said, "I knew the pitfalls. My father said, all right, if you're going to be a coach, be a great coach. If you have a passion, you've got to follow that passion." Kevin?
That's some pretty sound advice. Thanks, D.A. Conference rivals in this one, Doris. A regular season game that will likely have that postseason feel.
And we are the beneficiaries of what could be a playoff preview. You never know, obviously, how things are going to shake out in terms of seeding. What we know unequivocally are these two rivals are prepared to play in what we would consider not just any regular season game, perhaps a little more on the line than you might expect.
Here we go. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Porter at the 3 spot. And for the Timberwolves, they've got Karl Anthony Towns, Culver out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Okogie in at the 2. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Murray against Russell. And the pass to Jokic. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots over Towns. They get the rebound. Porter off with the layup. Here's Minnesota. Here's Okogie. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Gary Harris. And Doris, last season, rookie Josh Okogie ended up contributing more than the franchise thought he would.
Yeah, he was terrific as a 3-and-D player for the Wolves. This guy could end up being the steal of the draft, sort of in that Robert Covington mold.
That one is off.
You know, one dilemma that jumps out at me with the Timberwolves, over the years, they have been an excellent offensive rebounding team. It's the other end, the defensive backboards, where they have had some problems.
Poked away. Pass to Murray. Millsap in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
And really, over the last few years, Millsap has really improved that outside shot. Now capable of stretching the defense.
And Doris, you're right. Over the last 5 seasons, the Timberwolves have been the absolute worst defensive rebounding team in the NBA.
And it's hard to understand, Kevin, because they have created second chance opportunities for themselves only to give it back on the other end. That's the kind of thing that can be demoralizing for your defense. You get a stop, but you don't finish the possession with a rebound. That can wear you out physically and mentally.
Here's Murray. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. Millsap up top. The shot from 20 feet away. Rebound, Minnesota.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Here's Culver, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
And here are the Nuggets now, trailing by 4. Murray, the pass to Jokic. On the wing, Harris. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And one thing you have to love about Gary Harris, the way he can explode to the rim.
And Harris is a natural scorer from all parts of the floor, but he can just rocket himself for dunks you aren't used to seeing from players of his size and stature.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Harris drops them both. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Okogie. And here's Culver, guarded by Harris. Culver kicks to Towns. That shot is off. And it's Denver the other way. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
I thought, Greg, they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
Here's Hernan Gomez. Michael Porter making his last shot. Passes it to Okogie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Denver Nuggets. The pass to Jokic. Millsap in the corner. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Okogie. Out to Russell. Over Murray. And Russell gets it to go.
Well, this is a main strength of D'Angelo Russell. When he gets room to shoot from the mid-range, there's no hesitation.
On the wing, Harris. No good with the triple. Minnesota in the lead. Here's Culver. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy. Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
Denver shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Underrated coming into the league and underestimated. Millsap doesn't have any doubters anymore.
Both free throws good for Millsap.
And how about the transition from Paul Millsap, going away from that star role to being more of a role player here in his later years? no longer needed to carry the torch, if you will, in terms of scoring and rebounding. But he can still give you just a bit of everything else at this stage.
The Nuggets trail by 5. Murray left side. And it's Harris off the drive. This one for 3. That one, no good. And Minnesota now the other way. And with Millsap, you can just see him contribute in so many ways.
I mean, a great passer for his position and also very unselfish with his offense. Still a plus defender with how often he is giving up size on the inside.
Here's Russell. Michael Porter making his last shot. Outside, Towns. Okogie for 3. It's hauled in by Jokic.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Harris outside. And here's Porter. 11 points for him in that last game against Indiana. 17-foot shot on the way. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Paul Millsap.
And big men who can shoot really changes the dynamic of your offense.
It's almost gotten to the point where you have to be able to hit that face-up jumper nowadays. Very few exceptions to that rule.
Denver's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Back to Murray. Pass to Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Well, deliver the pass where your teammate can do something with it. Nice.
Murray against Russell. Pass to Towns. And there's the defensive 3-second call.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
And so he hits the technical free throw. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making.
And there's the pass to Johnson. 5 on the clock. Over Millsap. Knocks it down from 7 feet.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Murray. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Beasley. The shot that time, not on target. Good work defensively by Morris. Here's Murray, and denied. He sends it right off the glass.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Millsap has the open look. That one drops for his 2nd bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
You know, he could have looked to score that himself, but in this particular instance, the advantage is playing inside out.
Beasley outside. Pass to Culver. Towns against Jokic. Towns kicks to Russell. Takes a 3. Sinks the triple. Russell's got 5 now.
Well, it's important that D'Angelo Russell keep making shots from deep. This is an aspect of his game he's starting to sharpen.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver. It's a 5-point game. Morris against Beasley. Morris inside. His last outing, he had 8 points. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Jokic.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Got that one up quick.
And Murray is so deadly with the catch and shoot, Jay. When the D isn't playing up on him, he has no problem going right up with it.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 10-point game against Toronto. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
You can see the assertiveness right now of D'Angelo Russell. He welcomes the contact and powers and plays right through it. Well, D'Angelo Russell, one of the best mid-range scorers you'll see. He's got the floater game, the pull-up game, and with his arsenal, he can get a shot at any time.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Layman's checked in. The Nuggets also changing it up. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Noah Vonleh comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Will Barton in for Jamal Murray. You know, Doris, another thing about D'Angelo Russell. He's not afraid of the big moment.
Kevin, he has proven that he is willing to take and make big shots. He doesn't necessarily beat you with tremendous athleticism, but it's his basketball skill that sets him apart.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Now here's Plumlee. Morris outside. Pass to Vonleh.
And so far, having trouble converting on the inside.
Johnson with some nice D. Here's Layman. They get it back. The Nuggets trail by 5. Barton wide open. He fires. Cans the shot from the wing.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Covered by Morris. And it's Beasley in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Misses the wing J.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Vonleh, the pass to Grant. And Plumlee kicks to Grant. Back to Plumlee. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Passes it to Layman. And here is Johnson. 7-foot shot. And that one hits back iron. Denver's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. On the wing, Morris. Now the dish to Barton. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, his value to this team on both ends. Not many guys can defend the perimeter and the rim the way Towns can.
Chalk up 2 there.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Covered by Morris. Left side, Towns. .105 left to play in the first. They need this. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. Here's Grant, and it's denied. But they recover it. And Plumlee kicks to Barton. Over Beasley. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Johnson. Another shot. Back to Lehman. Beasley outside. To the wing on the left. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, coaches might discourage that kind of look, but he'll take it anyway.
We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Beasley against Barton. Up in time. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Nuggets lead by 1. And we'll be back right after this. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to maximize his potential.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that.
On his coaches, Greg, and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And welcome back to the 2K Sports broadcast of the NBA, celebrating Martin Luther King Day. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Offensively, they took care of the ball, and defensively, they forced a number of miscues.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Denver, Grant is out there with Vonleh. Then there's Monte Morris. Then there's Plumlee, and it's Barton in at the 2-guard spot. That free throw, no good. You hear these defensive coaches in our meetings, Doris, talk about their players staying on a string, helping the helper. Help defenders in this league are important.
No doubt, and there are certain guys who are gifted defensively. Paul George, to me, was a Defensive Player of the Year category. Rudy Gobert, multi-time winner of the Defensive Player of the Year. Rudy is considered a great shot blocker, and no question that's the case. But it's because his defensive rotation is so good. Guys like Marcus Smart, the ones willing to give up their body, fly around the floor, be great anticipators. I mean, that impacts winning.
Aren't they fun to watch?
So fun.
Beasley outside. The pass to Lehman. Three-pointer. A three-pointer is right on target. Lehman's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Morris outside. Pass to Plumlee. Barton outside. Fades back. Denver gets it back. Now Morris. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Yep, that one goes in there. And the Nuggets lead by 1.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Now the feed to Johnson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
The Timberwolves shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. First free throw is good. Okogie's checked in for Minnesota. And Denver also making a switch. Porter's checked in. And Johnson drops them both. Here's Morris. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Pass to Porter. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. They shoot again. It's blocked. And here comes the break. Here's Lehman. Barton with the rebound. And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets. They trail by 1. Last time they met was in Denver.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
The shot by Vonleh no good. The Timberwolves shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Here's Lehman, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Lehman's got his second bucket tonight.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
The Nuggets trail by 3. Outside, Porter. From deep. But they get it back. Porter can't get that one to fall.
I'll tell you, this guy is doing absolutely everything he can to get himself going, but the team is struggling because he's struggling.
And stolen by Barton. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Covered by Morris. Lets it go from 14. Okogie misses. The Nuggets trail by 5. And there's the call on Jake Lehman. That's his first foul. And the Nuggets making a change here. Harris is checked in. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Morris passes to Plumlee. They get a hand on it. Porter finds Plumlee. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Here's Harris. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Way to create just enough separation to get that shot to go.
Well, to me, that's about skill overcoming size. And how about the fearlessness at the offensive end?
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. Culver's checked in for the Timberwolves. And then for Denver, Jokic, he's checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Vonleh. And it's Jamal Murray in for Morris.
One shot.
That one drops. He ties it up. Looking at the schedule, doors about halfway through the season, some teams that started out very hot and were winning like crazy have now come back to earth. They've cooled a bit. They've leveled out.
I think inevitably over the course of an 82-game season, NBA players will tell you there are always ups and downs and waves of success and then the tough moments. And the best teams seem to be able to weather all of that. Not get too high when they're playing well, not get too low if they're in the middle of a slump.
Culver passes to Spellman. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Over Jokic. Spellman, no good. Nuggets have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Here's Murray following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Outside, Porter. Passes it to Murray. From deep. That shot off. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
We talk about multiple efforts on the defensive end, and I thought, boy, that was good old-fashioned focus, team effort. What a win.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball, following the three by Minnesota. Porter in the corner. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 5 assists in the game.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 8. Here's Hernangomez. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. To the wing right side. For 3, Murray. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first. What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
The Timberwolves have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Amari Spellman.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
Now here is Harris. He's coming off a 13-point game against Indiana.
And he was aggressive in how he played on the defensive side of the floor, notching 3 steals on the game.
Here is Porter. Here's Jokic. A second chance effort. It's deflected. They recover it. Here's Millsap, and finally they hit one. Millsap's got 9 points.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
There's the pass to Okogie. Back to Russell. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
What we know about D'Angelo Russell is this guy is a dynamic, aggressive scorer. The key is he's got to extend his minutes playing under control. If he does that, lights out.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And boy, did the players love playing for him.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Impressive awareness from Karl Anthony Towns. Dependable at finding teammates with a terrific look there.
Here's Harris. He's got 5. Pass to Murray. And Culver pulls it down. Culver's got his 4th rebound in this one. And as we know, Doris, Ryan Saunders, the son of the late, great Minnesota legend, Flip Saunders.
Well, certainly the family has history with the organization, but in no way did Ryan Saunders get the job due to name only. This guy proved he can get wins from this Minnesota roster last year. For Saunders, he's known as a player development guy, and the ability to handle superstars is part and parcel to the job.
2 open that time, made it look too easy. Towns has got the lead up to 7 now for the Timberwolves. Denver shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Jokic finds Murray. Pass to Millsap. Second shot opportunity. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Millsap's got 4 this quarter.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Russell passes to Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. 7-point differential. The drive by Jokic. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Towns has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's a Kobe. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Of course, you can't help but notice that teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get. Well, and the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
Minnesota making a switch here. Beasley's checked in, and Denver also making a switch. Grant's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Nuggets trail by 9. Murray with it. He has 5. Passes to Jokic. Over Towns. Jokic, no good.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
A Kogi misses.
Well, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
And for the Nuggets, they're shooting 35% so far in the second. They need to move the ball around more and find better looks. Towns with the steal. An even 3-on-3 break. And Towns throws it down.
The big cat climbs up and flushes it home.
The Nuggets shooting a meager 37% for the game. At the top of the key, Millsap. Grant outside. 6 to shoot. And it's blocked. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. James Johnson checked in for Juan Hernangomez. And then for Denver, Plumlee comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Will Barton in for Harris. Minnesota leading by 11. Beasley outside. Timberwolves passing it around. Johnson right side. Over Plumlee. Johnson's shot is off. The Nuggets have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Barton. Morris is checked in for Jamal Murray. And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's a minute 34 left in the first half of basketball. Covered by Morris. Here's Culver. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. The Nuggets trail by 9. And here's Barton. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana. It's Beasley on the wing. There's the lob to Towns.
You know, in a very short period of time, because he's got such a versatile skill set, some people are already comparing Towns to Hakeem. Wow.
The Nuggets shooting in the second quarter has been pretty iffy, down 32%. 51 seconds left now here in the second. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just aren't found in that center position.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good. Jokic. Jake Layman's checked in for Minnesota. One falls, so he hits both of them.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Covered by Morris. Feeds it to Johnson. Layman pass to Johnson. Clock at 6. From deep 3-point range. Good work defensively by Morris. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. They trail by 9 points. Minnesota's gotten half their shots from 3-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. And there's the feed to Towns over Morris. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Beasley. Towns has got the lead up to 11 now for Minnesota. From deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Karl Anthony Towns. An impressive first half and a nice start for you guys. How did that happen?
I mean, yeah, we had some great days of practice. You know, this is what happens when you got some days off.
Got the spring in your step again. Thanks, Karl Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He had 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. Got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Denver?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better, into a better rhythm in the second half, and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that's going to do it for us here. The Second half of action is coming your way.
Happy Martin Luther King Day, everyone, and welcome back as we get going again here at 2K Sports. Karl-Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Yeah, he's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
If he is in the area, he's going to challenge your shot. He's going to block it, alter it. He's going to have an impact.
Thanks again for joining us, and welcome back to our special Martin Luther King Day presentation of the NBA. We've got Culver, D'Angelo Russell out there with Karl-Anthony Towns, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
And it's Russell missing.
Well, tremendous defensive effort on the interior. That's the kind of contest you want.
Count that one, and the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 7 on the bucket from Harris. Russell against Murray. Jokic with the steal. And pushing it up, here's Denver. Harris has got the ball and finished off by Porter.
Woo, he is so quick off the ground. Porter just gives the defense very little time to react.
Russell inside. He's covered by Murray. Here's a Kogi. Rejected by Harris. Here's Jokic, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Jokic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
And, Greg, they found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. He has 7. Yep, that one goes. Hernan Gomez has got 9. The Nuggets trail by 5. Harris outside. Back to Murray. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. And it's Jokic missing.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Russell kicks to Culver. He doesn't hit that one. Nice D from Porter.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Murray, good.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
Now, here's Culver. Not a lot of room. The pass to Towns. Pass to Okogie. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Towns. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. A chance now to check out how the All-Star voting is shaping up.
And I tell you, the excitement's starting to ratchet up a little bit as the tallies start coming in.
You take a look at Jokic. He's got a place in the starting lineup as it stands now. He's at number 5 in the Western Conference.
And I really feel like the fans got it right. A lot of players are having big seasons in the West, and he's right up there with the best of them.
And we'll keep you posted as the voting continues. Now, here's Culver. Following the miss by Paul Millsap. A nice shot by Culver.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And stolen by Russell. And they're moving it up. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. And yes, it's good.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns is cooking right now, and the defense has nothing for him.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. 9-point game. Dishes to Porter. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
How about the timing? Can be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
Now, here is Russell. Towns with it. Picked up by Harris. Out to Russell. Launches a 3. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. The Nuggets trail by 10. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Murray, good.
And the confidence from Murray, just so efficient from the interior.
Here's Russell following the score by Jamal Murray. Hernan Gomez. And it's sent back by Millsap. Outside, Porter. Pass to Jokic. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. They've led by as many as 11 points. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The Nuggets have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Harris looking it over. Passes it to Jokic. Shoots over Towns. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Jokic. The Timberwolves have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Russell against Murray. Russell passes to Okogie. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Millsap. The Nuggets trail by 8. On the wing, Porter. Now the pass to Millsap. Shoots a fader. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns.
Boy, when you think about the skill that Karl Anthony Towns has, and you realize he's just getting started in the league, his future is truly off the charts. By the midpoint of his career, we could be talking about him as one of the most skilled big men to ever play the game.
Murray against Russell. Murray, the pass to Jokic. For 3, Millsap. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. 14 points for Millsap.
And he's had some huge games over the course of his career, and he's in the midst of having another one. Millsap's just telling everybody, get out of his way.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. And with the offensive tool set of Karl Anthony Towns, Doris, he could see MVP consideration in the future.
Well, what we know about Karl Anthony Towns certainly is that each and every night he has a major impact for his team. And consider, he's still growing as a player and ironing out some areas. But this guy is going to be a star for a long time, no doubt.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Omari Spellman has come in for Hernan Gomez. Jake Layman comes in for Culver. And it's Malik Beasley in for Josh Okogie. Here's Spellman. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Takes the 3. Frames the three-pointer.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Now, here is Morris. The teardrop falls in.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Morris against Russell. Out to the right wing. Towns against Plumlee. Towns kicks to Lehman. 6 to shoot. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. And stolen by Russell. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Spellman. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
Pass to Plumlee. Back to Barton. Vonleh, the pass to Plumlee. And another shot. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint. And make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Spellman with the bucket.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
And so it's Barton bringing it up for the Denver Nuggets, trailing by 10. It's blocked, and he recovers it. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. And let's see what Denver has coming up on Wednesday. They'll be playing the Rockets in Houston. And then on Friday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And looking at the Grizzlies matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
The first free throw is good. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the basement.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
The Nuggets trail by 8. Grant with the ball. Beasley covering. Grant dishes to Barton. Morris outside. Hits the three-point bomb. Morris has got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Russell, no good.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Nuggets. They're down at the 7th position right now. Decent start to the season, but they're looking to make a move. And, of course, Minnesota, 2 games back.
And I think for the Timberwolves, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Here's Spellman. He's got 7. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Towns, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, face outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
And the first one at the line is good. And, Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block. as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Johnson's checked in. Plumlee, the pass to Grant. Back to Plumlee. Kicks it to Morris. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Martin from outside. But they'll get another chance.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
Now Grant. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
What a good time for the three-pointer. The fast break had the D scattered all over the place.
On the wing, Morris. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Minnesota leading by 10. Here's Layman. He's got 5. Poked loose. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee.
All right, a chance to look at some stats for Barton.
How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's around 10 points per game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
54 seconds left to play in the third.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock. Martin's got his third basket of the night. Minnesota's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. There's the dish to Johnson. With the teardrop, Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down to 6 in the bucket from Morris.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
Pass to Layman. Barton against Beasley. Shot clock at 6. From past the arc. No good there. From deep three-point range. No good there. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for Minnesota. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21 points and counting. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And welcome back to our special presentation of the NBA for Martin Luther King Day. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with Zamp and Plumlee are playing up front. Will Barton is out there with Morris, and it's Grant in at the small forward. Here's Layman. For 3, Beasley. No good on that one. Barton with some nice D.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. And the Timberwolves making a change here. And the free throw, no good. Minnesota leading by 4. Beasley, the pass to Okogie. Over Morris, and the basket by Okogie.
Well, this is the kind of pass that gets everyone excited. It's also how you build great team chemistry.
The Nuggets shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Passes it to Millsap. He kicks to Grant. Barton outside. 6 on the shot clock. Denver needs to get off his shot. The shot. And the shot no good, a bit short. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Minnesota. From deep, Hernangomez. Denver grabs the miss. Barton's got 4 rebounds in this game. Out to Morris for 3. Cans it from downtown. Morris has got 10 points in just the second half.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Beasley outside. There's the pass to Culver. And it's sent back by Plumlee. And he gets it back. Johnson outside. Back to Beasley. The 3. The shot, no good. And the Nuggets going the other way. Here's Millsap. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
There's Okogie. He feeds it to Culver. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Okogie misses. The Nuggets trail. Outside for Millsap. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Pass to Culver. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And how about the balance there from Culver? Really good at staying in control despite the D being all over him.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
A different look for Denver. Porter's checked in for Grant. Harris comes in for Will Barton. And it's Jamal Murray in for Morris. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch what Mike Malone said to his team. He said, if we're going to pull this out, we have to do it as a team. We have to rely on one another, trust one another, and help one another. Let's go get this. Kevin, back to you.
And it's blocked, and he's able to get it back. Ian Harris wide open. He shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Harris has got the game tied up here for the Nuggets. Here's Culver, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Paul Millsap picks one up.
And credit the aggressiveness there. I love it whenever Culver is looking to score. It focuses the defense on him and still able to get the job done.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Jokic has checked in for Denver. And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
It should be a 2-point lead, but they'll be satisfied to have edged into the lead.
And Jokic throws it down. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
To the inside, Johnson. That shot off. Good work defensively by Millsap.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising. It's such a tight game.
Nuggets have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Jokic against Beasley. Jokic, no good. The Timberwolves trail. Here's Okogie. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
An impressive all-around player. Culver passes the ball well for a guy at that position.
Murray with it. Fade away. And Culver pulls it down. On Gomez down low. Guarded by Porter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. And so he hits both. The Nuggets trail by 3. And here is Murray. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
And he makes the first. And so Paul Millsap nails both of them. Minnesota's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Pass to Okogie. Pass to Culver for the 3. Porter pulls it in. Porter's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Back to Harris. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Harris has got 5 points now in the quarter. We've seen some great competition in this one.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these 2 teams match up with one another.
Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Here's Culver. Nice D from Porter. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for Denver. They lead by 1.
And guys, this has got to be more of a team effort. Right now, he's playing all for himself.
Here's Beasley. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
And the first one drops. Well, Greg, the rapid ascension of Nikola Jokic into NBA stardom has been nothing short of amazing. You know, he really is an elite center now.
I mean, he's the best player on a very talented young team in the West. I would not be surprised to see him win an MVP in the next few years.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Johnson. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Malik Beasley. That one falls. Murray's got the lead up to 5 now for the Nuggets. Minnesota shooting here about 46% for the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The pass to Hernan Gomez. Over Millsap. Towns trying to get open. Another miss by Minnesota. The Nuggets leading by 5. Right side, Porter. Pass to Harris. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. And Gomez has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's stolen by Harris. Pass to Porter. Passes it to Jokic. Feeds it to Harris. No one near him. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Here's Okogie. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Left side Harris. The 3. Here's Jokic. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Nuggets lead by 7.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
To me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
And the Timberwolves call time here. One guy who's been getting it done is Paul Millsap.
Boy, he's been relentless. And to this point, they haven't had an answer for him on the inside. Let's see if they make some adjustments coming out of the timeout.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Jokic.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Here's Murray. Harris outside. Porter outside. Herman Gomez grabs the miss. Timberwolves trail by 5. Here's Culver. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Porter.
And what makes Culver difficult to defend, it starts with the footwork and then the change of pace, and you give him that ability to just rise up and shoot over you.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. The Nuggets leading by 5. Porter, and finished off by Porter.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Russell with the bucket.
What a gamer this guy is. D'Angelo Russell relishing the opportunity to play through contact.
And Murray's got the ball here for Denver. The pass to Jokic. He dishes it to Porter. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Jokic inside. Towns on him. 4 on the clock. Jokic inside. Defended by Towns. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The Nuggets making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Timberwolves trail by 5. Russell kicks to Towns. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. That's 23 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Well, just tremendous persistence from Karl Anthony Towns. Even under duress, the ability to stay focused.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
Basket good. And that's now 20 points for Jokic.
You know, I thought in the first half this guy was pressing. He was rushing. Now he's settled into the game.
Russell passes to Hernan Gomez. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
You know, just what they were looking for right there. That's not a shot he's going to miss.
The Nuggets leading by 3. Now, here is Morris. And it's Jokic in the corner. It's good from long range. Jokic has got 17 now, just in the second half.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful, and because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Jokic with the steal. Morris looking over the floor. Nice D from Russell.
And they've had the advantage tonight on the glass, and that's another big one.
Here's Culver, throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Porter.
And how about the young fella, Culver, showing some poise there. This is why his team goes to him in these situations, not afraid of the moment. And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Josh Okogie. Denver leading by 3. Morris right side. Pass to Jokic. Here's Millsap, and the rejection by Towns. There's the lob to Towns. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, needing a bucket there. Towns doesn't hesitate.
Nuggets shooting about 42% so far. Outside Millsap. Pass to Jokic. Lots of room. That one a little long.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Nuggets shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. For 3, Harris. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They trail by 4. There's 1:40 left here in the fourth quarter. Russell kicks to Culver. Millsap with the steal. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. And finished off by Porter.
We've gotten used to Millsap's elite level defending, and there it was on display again. The steal leading to the fast break. Whether he's in the passing lanes or on the ball, he is a problem for the opposing offense. Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And there's the foul. It's on Towns. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And Morris drops them both. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's a 10-point game.
You cannot be careless guarding D'Angelo Russell. This guy's so good at putting the defense in tough spots.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within single digits. And so Russell hits them both. So it's Denver now. Now Morris. Herman Gomez grabs the miss. Timberwolves shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Now, here's Jokic. And again, Denver no good. Beasley outside. It drops. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're up by 2. 29 seconds left in the fourth. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Russell against Morris. At the elbow, Jokic. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Russell passes to Culver to take the lead. Misses the tray. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Well, what a performer this guy is. Game is on the line. He stands up and delivers.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're down by 4. Just 2 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And you know what? They're not ready to give up yet. They'll try to intentionally foul if they can get a quick hoop.
There's Russell with a 3. Off target with that shot. And so it's Denver who comes out on top here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Mason Plumlee. A lot of points tonight. What was working so well offensively?
Well, we're sharing the ball so well. It's fun to watch, I'm sure, but we have possessions where every guy might touch the ball almost twice. So when you get movement like that, it's hard to guard, and it's a fun way to play.
You did have the defense on its toes tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you next time.